Before we discuss this, do you think you have an answer that sort of summarizes that flaw?
I
Let's
think
say.
the professor is sort of assuming that the students are disagreeing, or just because someone's disagreeing means that it's not fair-minded and tolerant intellectual debate.
Mm. Okay. Okay, so B is kind of matching that,
Is inconsistent in advocating tolerance while showing intolerance of dissenting the student's view.
or maybe E incorrectly focuses on the behavior of the dissenting students rather than relating the reasons for that behavior.
I don't like E. No, I don't think there should
Okay.
be a focus on relating the reasons.
Okay.
Um, D does not make sense. It's not drawing a general conclusion.
Okay.
C, there's no emotional appeal. B is inconsistent in advocating tolerance. I don't like A either. I don't think it's based on the professor's own opinion.
So I'm
So
guessing the
that
lesson
leaves it
B.
with B, yeah.
Okay. All right. Inconsistent in advocating tolerance while showing intolerance of the dissenting students' views. This is actually a very hard sentence to understand.
It's worded very strangely, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. And the truth is, Arya, on the LSAT, if you don't understand the answer choice 100% as to what the answer
Mhm.
choice is saying, then you shouldn't necessarily pick that either.
Right.
Like the answer choice has to make perfect sense to you, you know? And so, again, maybe it was me. Maybe I confused you a little bit. But let's look at, see, so I'm going to give you a structure, and you're going to just use that structure, and nothing will ever confuse you ever again. Okay? So what you said at the beginning, Arya, your intuition was 100% correct.
Mhm.
I'm going to break down the premise and the conclusion for you, and I recommend you always and always do this. Premise in one sentence. The premise is saying what? Two students at one university did X, Y, Z. That's what the premise is saying, right?
Right.
And then the conclusion is saying what? Therefore, here.
Universities
Therefore,
these days don't
ah,
have fair-minded
yes.
and tolerant
these
intellectual
these
debate.
days. Perfect. So there's a concept on the LSAT you may have heard. A lot of LSAT questions contain a gap or a jump or
Yep.
a shift from a premise to the conclusion. Our goal, whenever we have a flaw question or assumption question or anything close to that, our goal is to find that jump, which will be the flaw in the argument. We don't care about anything else but that, okay? So
Yep.
jumping from this small of a premise to a huge conclusion. Why? Because look, two students at that specific university to all universities. That is literally the link that I want you to
Oh,
see.
I see it now.
Ah,
Yeah.
and you did see that, Arya. You did see that at the beginning
Mhm.
when you told me what the flaw was. You did literally say that, but then you kind of lost track of what you said.
Right. Because it's two students, but universities these days,
Exactly.
that's too small of a sample, so it has to be D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That has to be D. And the kind of crazy thing is that most of the time on the LSAT, this is not going to be the correct answer. Okay?
Yeah.
But sometimes it actually is. Sometimes it actually is. But we're not playing games here. Your
Mhm.
only task, Arya, is to literally look at the premise, summarize it in your head, then go to the conclusion and be like, what is going on here? That's
Yeah, I
it.
think I definitely missed that fact that it was just two students. I knew it was two students, but I never thought like that would
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
in comparison to universities these days. I didn't make that connection. So
That's okay. You'll
yeah.
learn a lot. You'll learn a lot from this program, and I can already tell,
Mhm.
right? But what we do here that's different is that we kind of make LSAT mathematical. which
Yes.
is there is a step-by-step procedure. It's a skill-based exam. And the skill is connecting the premise to the conclusion and understanding if there's anything missing in between. Seriously, that's the skill.
Right.
For logical reasoning, for like 80% of these questions.